So I am not doing well. If people probably haven't seen PKN, but what happened was almost a week ago on a Friday, I was taking my motorcycle out in the dirt and I was going 0 miles per hour. Tipped over toward like down this muddy, rocky hill. And when I went to break my fall, I put my pinky hard on a big rock. All right, so I'm going to show everyone the picture. I'll show Josh the picture.
That finger is
I wonder what that was.
This is my finger. It's my pinky. And if you're watching the video here, this is pretty obvious, like the big break here is a problem. But there's some more issues. There's another break like parallel to it. There's almost like a H or possibly even like a capital A going on. This thing's broken in a bunch of ways. So I went to the hand surgeon on Tuesday, and there was like some good news, bad news. The good news is the way that it is right now is considered non-displaced. And if I don't fuck it up, if I don't re-break it and basically step on the cookie and turn it into that, then it should heal pretty well. And I should get to like 100% recovery. Like it should be 100% fine. However, if I do foul this up and this thing comes apart, the repair surgery tends not to be super successful. So he was showing me all the pins he'd put in it and all the one plate and the pins. And he's like, yeah, you might have like 80% mobility long term. You won't get back to 100%. So all I need to do is buddy tape it and not break it again for a week or two. And I've stopped exercising. I've stopped doing anything fun. I go into the guest room with blackout curtains. I call it my depression chamber, and I watch YouTube videos, and it is the worst.
What are you watching videos about? Are you tantalizing yourself with things that you can't do right now? You need to be looking at things that you can do, because I bet you're in there like, I'm looking at home gym tours. I'm looking at work. I'm looking at motorcycle thing.
That's exactly what I'm doing. All my YouTube suggestions are the things I loved doing a week ago.
You're torturing yourself.
Don't do that.
I am just watching
learn
people,
some history.
like motorcycle skills. These guys going on these really cool adventures. Guys who do things with inappropriate motorcycles is one of my favorite things. Like they're taking mopeds on mountain trails and shit like that. And it's like, that looks like a blast. I just watch all the lifting tips, guy talking about how to get a better shoulder workout and shit, and I'm just
why the blackout curtains? That makes it more depressing.
I'm not a smart man.
Are you just sitting in there like he's actively frowning?
So bad.
Swaddled in a blanket.
I remember lat pull downs.
I'm like trying to sleep for a week. Right? So
it's like when Christmas is coming up and you're a kid.
I sleep from like noon to 4 p.m. and then I'm up all night long by myself with nobody. It's the worst. I'm so unhappy right now. I have nothing to do.
What's a hobby or an interest you have? Or maybe, you know what? What's a hobby you're interested in getting into that would require some lead time of research before any sort of? I'm being serious. I'm trying to help a friend.
This isn't gonna last that long.
I know, like if you got into like wilderness survival, that's something I've been reading a book on homesteading and another book on bushcraft. If you held a gun to my head and were like, "Start a fire, I'm gonna kill you and your family," I'd be like, "I don't know." But like I like reading about it, and it's like, man, these are like 7 different kinds of knots, and I'm gonna forget. Right away.
There's one more thing. So there's in paramotors they do this thing called a fly-in, and no one flies to them, but they all drive their paramotors to like usually a big field or an airport or something. And one of my favorite events of the year is this weekend. And like, dude, I was so looking for. They canceled it last year because of COVID. So in the last 2 years, I've become a much better pilot. I do acro stuff that hardly any pilots can do. So I was gonna like go up high and just like put on an air show.
You were gonna flaunt a little bit.
He was gonna flex a little bit.
There's a little of that planned, and also like body wise, like I've lost like 30 pounds since these people have seen me. Like there's a whole new me, and I would be in the gym working out, having this event is part of my motivation to like,
Yeah.
like, I don't know. This is my unveiling to the paramotor world, and I'm not going. I just have to be smart for like 10 days, which is a lot to me. But
Could you still go and just not participate, or would that just be even more torturous?
is
than-
that two things? One, like, I'm not even sure that's a good time to like show up and watch everyone else have fun. And two, we are in this like gas shortage thing right now. I don't know. Guess I'm being a responsible member of society by not driving like 1,000 unnecessary miles. Maybe that's stupid.
Oh no,
But-
you're fine. All right, because I was reading something like obviously it hasn't hit here because I'm in the Midwest, but I saw like over 10% of North Carolina gas stations out of gas.
78% in Raleigh. So like to me locally, like no one has gas around here.
I haven't heard of this.
I
Like,
saw
Dude,
one
that's-
gas station that had gas, and it was on a major road that was like 3 lanes wide each way. And the line was like blocking this road. Like the line goes out of the gas station down the road. Like,
Yeah.
like I guess the 70s.
If you want to stock up on supplies when there's a gas shortage, you don't stock up on gas. You stock up on the shit at the shelves on the like at the store that isn't going to get there because semis aren't going to be able to be on the road. Like because I saw some pictures of people being like, if there's a severe gas shortage, the biggest problem isn't going to be gas. It's going to be, oh, the shelves at Walmart are empty. The shelves at Target are empty. The food's like it. It does.
yeah.
It takes way less time than you think. If semis stop running for everything to deplete, just so quick. It's interesting how fast that happens. Like you don't realize like the constant turn of products and how like I don't know. We live in a fragile system, and because it
Dude.
works most of the time, we're like can't ever fail.
Right.
All right. So, a couple of things you got me racing.
Yeah.
One, they have the pipelines turned back on now. I guess it takes a couple days to turn it on, and then like a week after that for everything to get restocked. But so it's not a forever thing. Here's what I heard. It's something like if your family goes 24 or 48 hours without food, that's when the violence starts. And I heard that, and I'm like, really? 48 hours from violence? And it's like, well, actually, like, how long do people go hungry? It's not very long before you start getting food.
Or you die.
You're getting primal real quick.
Yeah. like look, I'm willing to go worse on food for quite some time. We can go from chicken to pasta to Tostitos to
Right.
eating olives out of a jar. But when you're literally hungry, like how long does it take before you're like robbing your neighbors?
What is it called? The hierarchy of needs. Like Maslow's hierarchy of needs, where like we're all up in the top like self-fulfillment station for the most part because all of our base needs are met.
Right.
Some people like if they're like lonely or single or something, they might feel like their emotional requirement isn't, but like all the
Security.
base shit, the security, shelter, food, all that's there. And it's interesting you brought that up, Woody, because like we're animals. We're
Yeah.
animals, and it's only in like the last 100 years that we stopped being complete and total animals. Like we could go back.
We haven't stopped. Come on.
Well, look at the fucking toilet
We're just
paper at the beginning of
pretending.
COVID.
We're well-trained animals.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have fucking toilet paper for a week during COVID, and everyone fucking fought. So like food, we're killing each other quickly.
We're a bad week away from being fucking cavemen again. We're a bad week away.
Yeah,
I'm telling you ever like when Woody and I did that survival trip, right? Or camping trip, whatever you want to call it. Going that long without a decent bath like does something to you. Like I was a little on edge. I was a little grouchy.
Do you feel more aggressive? Yeah.
Felt more I did eat those elk steaks the other day. Did not feel more aggressive, but they were fucking delicious. They were so goddamn good. Oh my god!
Are the
I'm going back
macros
for
any
more of those.
better? Different?
It's super crazy lean, like
Lean.
super crazy lean. Yeah, like there's like no fat on it at all. I didn't look up the protein content, but I would imagine it has to be more dense protein than beef, like per ounce. I wouldn't be surprised if it was
Same as like venison. Yeah.
I don't know. Probably very similar to venison. It did not have a gamey taste. It tasted really good.
Really?
I forewent the blueberry balsamic reduction because I was so hungry and in a hurry, and I just did like a garlic rosemary type thing, like I would a nice filet mignon or any nice like steak, and it was really fucking good. I sous vide'd them from frozen for 2 hours at a fairly low temperature, and then I seared the fuck out of them. As hot as my stove will make a cast iron pan. Like I wait like 3 or 4 solid minutes until the oil is just smoking, and then give them like 50 seconds aside, and it was really fucking good. I liked it. They were expensive. They were too expensive. What were we talking about though? Oh yeah, not bathing. Like I don't know. I felt grouchy. I feel like if we'd gone up, I did. I felt grouchy. You know?
It's such a funny word to say.
Grouchy.
I was feeling grouchy.
You know, but I think it's the perfect word, because I think another week and I'd have been full on like
Cranky.
irritated, and like a month later,
You're just saying synonyms.
no, different. Grouchy and irritated are very different.
A month after that, I would have been full on displeased.
No, I think that irritated is a higher tier of upset than grouchiness is. I'm more on edge. I just think the longer I went,
I would say you would go from grouchy to irate.
Oh, dude, a little more
irate
time.
comes after a month.
Don't think I
I'm
won't
on
get
edge. I'm ready
grumpy.
to kill after a
I
month.
can
On
get
edge
grumpy.
first and then irate.
If this keeps up, I'll be crotchety.
Yep. I could just see where like living without the things that make us so happy that we forget about. Like this room right now.
The whole trip
is
was a
60
nightmare. I was curmudgeonly. Chiz was cantankerous.
You got a fucking store.
Curmudgeonly.
We forget about these like creature comforts that are in our lives that keep us to a level so that we're not fucking animals, that keep us from being curmudgeons. Like this room is 62 degrees right now. This chair is so comfortable. I've got my nicotine. I've got my caffeine. I've got my Gatorade over there.
You got your bottle of water, your bottle of clean, nice, safe drinking water.
The pH has been measured for that water. You know, like that's how like pampered we are in our day-to-day lives. Like everything about my current situation as I sit here is just wonderful. It doesn't get any better than this. Like unless somebody's under the table sucking my dick right now, this situation can't improve. Maybe another woman feeding me charcuterie. But